Hi, this is Jamel with Recherche Labs in beautiful Statesville, North Carolina. I am so excited to introduce an absolute sweetheart we have for sale. This is Miss White. She is a beautiful English Labrador Retriever from Callie and Jack's litter. She was born February 18th, so she's graduated Puppy Academy and is enrolled in our most popular training program called Doggy Doctorate, which is training till 16 weeks of age. So she's already had 250 hours of training, and so we know her personality very well. Her Recherche score is 686. 6 being that she is dependent. As you can see, she's very affectionate, loves to give kisses, she's very sweet, but she's not super needy or clingy. She can handle being by herself and self-entertained. She does prefer to be held, loves to give kisses, as you can see, very sweet, but she's just not super dependent. On the activity scale, she's an 8 out of 10. Now, I say this all the time, but the biggest difference between an English Lab and an American Lab is their energy level. American Labs are 2 to 3 times more hyper and energetic than an English Lab. And that's probably the biggest reason why I wanted to breed English Labs and not American Labs. Well, she is outgoing, but as you can see, she's not out of control. She can handle being in your lap. She's calm. For an American Lab, she would be a 3 out of 10. But in her litter, she is outgoing. She does have some energy with her. She will play, but again, she's not hyper, not high energy. And then she is confident. She's one of the most confident girls in her litter. She's doing phenomenal in her training, which we're gonna show you. This is a very intelligent litter. This is a second Callie and Jack litter, and the first litter was the smartest English Lab litter we have ever trained. One of the smartest litters we've ever trained ever. And our trainers were so impressed that when Callie won the heat, we definitely bred her with Jack because the puppies were so healthy. We have had no health issues at all, and they're so well trained, and it's proving again in the second combination. Now, she's able to go home after graduating either Canine College, which is training till 16 weeks of age, that's June 10th. The second training level is Master's Program, training till 20 weeks of age, that's July 8th. And the third training level is Doggy Doctorate, training till 6 months of age, and that's August 18th. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see pictures of Callie and Jack. If you click on those pictures, a video will play where I summarize each of the parents, talk about their health clearances. There's 2 things that make us different from any other lab breeder in the world. The first thing is the quality of our parents. Notice that all of our parents have all of their health clearances as recommended by the Labrador Club of America. In fact, both parents scored in the top 4% of labs with their health clearances. Also notice that Callie was imported in from Europe with generations of show champions and health clearances. I don't think you'll find another English lab breeder that has that pedigree. The second thing, and the biggest difference that makes us different, is our Puppy Training Institute. Every one of our puppies get hundreds of hours of training. And so what I'd like to do is to summarize our Puppy Training Institute, and we're going to show off Miss White in training as of today, so you can actually see her, see how well she's trained, see her personality, and then I'll come back and let you know what you need to do to reserve her. Our Puppy Training Institute has 4 core areas. There's a couple areas that are very visible that we're going to show you on camera with the puppy that's for sale. Some of the areas are a little bit more difficult, but the one area that's very visible to show is outside training, and the big part of that is leash training. Puppies love the pull, love the tug, love the cut in front of you, and so we train them to walk on our left side. We train them that when we stop walking, they do what's called an auto sit. That's where they automatically sit without being told, without having any hand signals. They automatically sit. That it builds respect and focus on you. A couple other areas in outside training it's a little bit harder to show is car training, and then also swim training when the weather's warmer. The second area that's very visible is obedience training. All of our trainers are certified dog trainers that's been training dogs for years. They know what they're doing. They're all certified. They all can do Canine Good Citizen. They're all very good trainers, and we work on the obedience commands of sit, down, stay, come, place, kennel, and they are trained extensively in all these areas. Now, we have 3 different communication tools we use with the puppies. We use hand signals, we use words, and then we use the training lead that we will provide you. And so as they get older, they get better and better. They can hold their stay longer, they can hold their place longer, they can hold their kennel longer. They can do it with both hand signals and words only, and so they get better and better. The place is when they jump up on the Kuranda cot. You will definitely want to buy a Kuranda cot because that allows the transition for our training to go to you. It's a wonderful command. When we say kennel, they go into their kennel on their own volition. We typically keep the door open, especially as they get older. And we train them, they cannot leave the kennel or really any other door until they are released. The 2 other areas that's a little bit more difficult that we're going to show you just generic dogs going through this. The one area is house training. We actually spend more time in house training than all the other areas combined. That's about 2/3 of the training. And this is where we work on the most important area of potty training. Of course, we're training them not to use the restroom inside and the signal eventually to go outside. A puppy at 12 weeks of age can typically hold the restroom about 1 hour during the day, whereas a puppy at 6 months can do 4 hours. The same thing is with crate training. We train them to sleep at night in their crate, eat in their crate. And a 12-week-old can typically sleep around 4 to 5 hours without having to be let out. And a 6-month-old, it's 6 to 10 hours. So obviously, the longer they're in training, the longer they can be crate trained. We also, though, while they're in house training, we train them not to jump up on us, not to chew things in the house, not to bite our hands. It's very extensive. And then the last area is socialization training. Many people worry about getting a trained or older puppy is that they won't bond. Well, because of our socialization program, our puppies bond very quickly. In fact, we've never had a client complain about that. And so in our socialization, we're training them not to be afraid of thunderstorms. We're training them not to be afraid of the hair dryer, of the blow dryer, of a vacuum cleaner. We have a TV in our puppy training area, in our house training area, where we're socializing them. They go on field trips when they get older. We work extensively on them being handled. We have 20 plus people that work for us, so these puppies are handled by multiple people and they're socialized extensively. That is our Puppy Training Institute. Now, if you're interested in Miss White, read through this entire page. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll see the pictures we just took of her. Right above the most recent pictures are her prices for each training level. Now, some people do have a hard time finding the prices. So in this video, we're gonna show you where prices are found on a typical page, but the prices in this video may not be her prices. You do need to verify her prices by looking at her page above her pictures. And then right below this video, there's a link. It says, click here to fill out puppy application. Click on the words puppy application, fill it out. We will respond to you within 24 hours. Thank you so much for taking time to visit Miss White of Callie and Jack's Litter. Thank you so much, and God bless.